Well, hopefully anyway. Let's just see. But yep, we are at the end of the first stage, and we'll hopefully live on radio as well as Facebook Live. We are waiting for the cars to come through here. The 0 cars have been through. That is the line that you can just see down there. The cars are in the stage. Hopefully it's 14.7 kilometers long. It started at 12 o'clock. Let's just check what time it is now. 12:07. I think they'll be a couple of minutes away before they come to us at the end of this stage. But our helicopter is in the stage, tracking the cars. We've got 5 stages in total today, just under 100 kilometers of competitive action. And it's going to be an interesting one. 17-year-old Oliver Solberg, quickest yesterday in qualifying. He doesn't have an official driving license. He is running on a provisional, a learner's driving license. Last year, he was having to get his co-driver to drive. This year, at least he's allowed to drive on the road sections as long as his co-driver is in the car. And because his co-driver has a driving license, he is allowed to drive. 2 teenagers in the top 4 quickest stage times yesterday, which was Oliver Solberg, who was quickest, and then Martin Sesks, who is part of his prize drive. And Paolo Nobre, our first car arriving. I thought he had a soft front tyre, but he doesn't. But Paolo Nobre is at the end of the stage. And he pulls in his Pirelli shod Little Green Pig. We'll get a quick word with him. Get ourselves sorted, try and get all the microphones in the right place. Paolo, first on the road, what was it like through there?
Fantastic. So much pleasure, bro. So much pleasurable. And let's enjoy the next 30 seconds, because I'm leading the rally of Liepaja.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, he's leading Rally Liepaja. He reckons it's only going to be for 30 seconds. His time is 8:051. 8:051. I love that. Let's enjoy the next 30 seconds because I'm leading the rally. That's brilliant. That's why he's gone first on the road, Chris Rawls, because if he screen grabs the results now, he is at the front and he is the leader. Whether the ERC2 car that is due to us next, the Mitsubishi of the Latvian driver Dimitri, whether he can go any quicker, we'll see. He was not quicker in qualifying yesterday, but let's see if he is. It's an 8:05.19. Now let's just check. We've got a 19 on there. Get my phone out. Let's just see if that is a 1 or a 9 actually in the final results when they go up on the board, because we're going to the 100th there. I think that is what that is. So let me just check. I'll get my app out, my phone out, and then get my app out, and let's just see. It's a 1. So we're taking the first one. So 8:051. 8:051 was the time. But let's just get Dimitri. He's about to hopefully appear. His time is up on the board. Paolo Nobre still leads Rally Liepaja because it's a 0.62, a 0.62 for the Mitsubishi Evo 10. The AS RT Ran Mitsubishi just pulled down a bit further. Got a couple of cars in the category this weekend. Ralf Shamasis is another one. And having to keep turning the microphones around. Dimitri, how was that in there?
Not so hard as expected, a bit sleepy and a bit lost the pace note, but it's fine in general.
All good then?
Yeah, all good. Thank you.
Okay, that's great. Get the door shut on there, but not as slippy as he thought, which is good to hear. That is good to hear. So yeah, an 8:062. 8:062. Every one of these passing cars just cleaning the road just a little bit. You can see the marks just down here. Now, and that's just at road speed. Every car that comes through at high speed in the stage, just clearing a little bit of this gravel away. It is actually here just a bit damp, so it's not too bad. The gravel is bound together because of the dampness. But when it's dry, if I go across here, you'll see this cleans up, and every car that goes past cleans a cleaner line, and you get down to the harder bedrock, and that is where the grip is. So that is what they're all looking for. Oliver Solberg, in theory, should have the better road. But as you saw when I dug that up, that brings out stones and rocks and things like that. That is then a little hazard of running further back on the road, because you have the bigger stones that get pulled out. They are then lining the road. They then could break wheels, puncture tyres, damage suspension, things like that. So that is a little bit of a kind of like a risk and a gamble you take for a cleaner road, as in grip wise, but Paolo Nobre's lead has gone. Albert von Thurnen Taxis now is the leader, and Prince Albert arrives at the end of the stage. First three cars all on Pirelli tyres. But Albert here in the Baumschlanger. There's a wasp, oh, it's not a wasp, it's a big horsefly flying around. I just love this virtually virgin white car. It's great. Albert, how is that through there?
It's amazing, man. It's just tough to keep the foot down in these fast sections, and you know you could go flat out, but you're just not 100% sure about the line. It's quite slippery still, so it's difficult.
It's difficult, but you're in the lead of the rally, though.
For the time being.
For the time being, yeah. So yeah, Albert's like gone like virtually virgin white on his car. There's just this small kind of striping on it, but his overalls, his crash helmet, everything, it's kind of like everything's just like white. It's great. 7:59.3. 7:59.3 is the stage time for Prince Albert and Bernard Ettel, the co-driver in that car. Just pulled around. The Volkswagen has a real raspy noise to it. It's definitely the noisier, because most of the R5s are not massively noisy, but the Peugeot, remember when we had the Peugeot 208? Don't have many of them around now in R5. They were quite noisy, but the Polo is the noisiest at the minute. And you know, the new Skoda Fabia Evo, that won its first rally that it did last weekend, I think it was, with Jan Kopecky in the hot seat. That's going to make its world debut, and I don't think it'll be long soon before we get to see it on European Championship, as Tibor Erdi Jr. arrives at the end of the stage. And Tibor Erdi Jr. 7:48.4. The marshals are so rapid at getting the times up on the board. It's brilliant. We got the times up on the board before we see the car. 7:48.4. Tibor is in. Get a quick word at him. Tibor, obviously you weren't so happy yesterday in qualifying. What's it like this morning?
It's okay, not too hard job. We try show what good tempo.
That's it, yeah, good tempo. Well, you need a good tempo. You got a good one so far. 11 seconds quicker than anybody else at the minute. I love the colour of Tibor's car, and I mean, I do like Albert's virgin, pristine white kind of car. But if you want a bit of colour in your life, Tibor Erdi's car is the car to go. I think we'll just move up a little bit so our volunteers don't have to walk very far. Well, I know they can't, because the drivers stop where we are, so we'll pull up a little bit. And but yeah, they've got the numbers on the board before the cars even appear into sight. So that was great. I can't remember what I was talking about before then, but Marian Griebel is next. The number 3 is on the board, waiting for his time to go on. But big Tibor Erdi Jr. Is out front at the minute, and I would say that's probably about right. And we're now into the championship challenges, our season campaigners, and it's a 36-1. It's a 7:36.1 for Marian Griebel and Stefan Kopczak in the number 3. Another Baumschlanger car, but this one a Skoda Fabia. Just get ourselves sorted. Marian at the end of the stage there, 7:36.1. 7:36.1 for Marian. Marian, maybe not the ideal road position for you one, but what is it like out there?
Yeah, difficult to find the confidence. For sure, the road is not really clean, so it will be hard to fight for the top positions, but I'm trying to enjoy and to do my best.
And the confidence, or the lack of confidence, is coming from that just not the perfect grip.
Yeah, maybe also some other situations.
Okay, maybe feeling, I think they're looking at his face, I think this, maybe just he hasn't dialed himself quite in right at this moment to this car and the Latvian roads. And yeah, I got a feeling when maybe some other situations tells you a little bit of a story that Marian Griebel is not quite super happy. But a 7:36.1 is the stage time for Griebel. Start list is here. This is like the holy grail today. The start list, we kind of look at that, followed by an itinerary. That's what I kind of work on. So next up is a Tok Sports World Rally Team driver, Ivan Brynildsen. He had an issue yesterday where the car was just overheating, but it was a sensor. Then at the end of qualifying, he said he gave it absolutely everything, couldn't do any more, and was still 7th, 8th, 9th quickest. And he was like, I don't know what I can do. He said, I've been away for 3 or 4 months. He needs to be in the car more often. We'd like to see him in the car more often because everything is great. He's great for quotes and things like that. Cleared the first stage of the rally. There's plenty of sponsors on the side of this car. A little bit of grass in the wheel. Brynildsen, I think, has been somewhere. There's loads of grass and dirt in the rear wheels. It's kind of all fallen out. It's just falling out as we kind of film it there. We'll just get a quick word, but I think there might be just a small story to tell. So, Evan, when you came to the end of the stage, the left rear was full of mud. Have you been wide somewhere?
There's no place I haven't been wide because it's so loose. So I made a big push, but okay, this is rally. The first cars on the road have to clean a bit, and we didn't do our job yesterday to qualify better, and we have to suffer today. So that's life. We made a big push, but I struggled to find a line just to keep the revs on the long straights because it's keeping the revs down where when there's so much gravel. But yeah, okay, I tried to enjoy.
Okay, it's a 7:32.9. 7:32.9. I love his line. Have you been wide somewhere? There's nowhere where I haven't been wide. So he's, yeah, fully on it and enjoying himself. And as he said there, like we'd mentioned just before he turned up, basically saying that he didn't do the job properly or didn't do a good enough job yesterday in the qualifying stage. And next up, Matthias Elderson. Saw him in the Azores on the first round of championship. He did the recce for the second round of championship, but concentrating mainly on his gravel rally, so that's what he's got more experience of. But Matthias Elderson in the Santalock Citroen C3R5. This is a little bit like Sweden. It's a little bit, to be fair, it's a little bit like Finland, a little bit like Sweden, a little bit like Estonia. These fast, flowing, sweeping roads. And Matthias Elderson, hopefully, he's gone slow. He's gone 10 seconds slower. Is there a story to tell here? 10 seconds. Elderson is down by. Now, I wasn't expecting that. I really was not expecting that. I thought we were going to get a better stage time from Matthias Elderson, but we haven't. Let's just see what the story is that he's got to tell us. Hopefully it's something that is pretty easy to tell us about. Matthias, I was hoping that it was going to be in the 30s somewhere. What happened?
It's very, very slippery. I did a small mistake. It was very loose. A lot of big difference comparing to the qualify stage. And I'm a little bit too weak of the pace notes. I don't know, we have to raise up the level of the pace note.
Okay, so they're a bit cautious, are they?
Yes, they are a bit cautious. I didn't thought that on the recce, but yeah.
Okay, so a bit careful and cautious with his pace notes. But you know what? It's better to be a bit cautious in the first stage than in the bushes and the trees in the first stage, that's for sure. But Matthias, disappointed with that time. He is definitely quicker than that. 7:42.9. Definitely he is quicker as it just clouds over again. More clouds coming across. The wind's just dropped down a little bit. Fortunately, no one yet mentioning about the dust, which is great because there is a lot of wind around. So no one mentioning about dust, which was a concern I think we had, if we're honest, because pure and simply it is so dusty here, so loose, and but at the moment the wind just keeping that away. But as I said, at the stop line here, it does look a little bit damp in places, so it's not too bad. I think I've got a missed call of someone. Just seeing if that's anyone of. Oh no, I don't think it's anyone for us. So just getting a bit worried then that I was in the wrong place or something was going wrong. But Vaidutas is in. get a quick word with him. Wow, what a stage time that is. 7:20.9.
Yeah, well, it was a very nervous morning with some moments, but well, we made it. Now it's getting easier, I think.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty impressive. It's what a stage time from Jarle. I mean, the number 9 Skoda, 7:20.9. We did talk about this yesterday, being kind of tipped off that he could be a dark horse. And Andris, the co-driver, saying that just keep an eye on him. He's got a lot of experience in these types of roads. Lithuania, Latvia, Poland, these kind of areas. He's got a lot of experience. Similar roads to what we've got here. So he is quick, very quick. Now, whether that's a bit brave or whether that is actually road position getting better, that's a big gap. The number 4 has gone up on the board. That's Norbert Herzig, who is next to us in the Baumschlanger Polo. So I'm just looking at the time, a 7:20. No one else is in the 20s. The next quickest was a 32.9. So 12 seconds quicker was Vaidudas in the Skoda. Oh, the wind's just picked up. The volunteers grab hold of the easy up and the control board, because the wind just picked up there, which is again great, because we don't want any of that dust as we wait for Norbert Herzig to arrive. That is an astounding stage. That is like a Lukanook-esque stage time that Jarle just put in there. The time is going up on the board for Herzig. Remember Herzig, he had a great run in Gran Canaria. It's a 39.9 for number 4, the Polo. Watching the car come into sight. All looks okay down the right-hand side. Looking down the left-hand side, everything looks all right at the moment on this car. Get a quick word with Norby's. He's nodding a little bit. 7:39.9. Norby, what's wrong? How's it gone?
Unfortunately, I surprised because the stage was too slippery for me, and after the start, some kilometer was a little bit big moment, and after I was too carefully on the drive.
A little bit of a moment, a scare for him as well. So yeah, a scare for him in the stage, and from there on he was just a bit too careful in his Polo. We've got 3 of these Polos here this weekend. Herzig, Albert van Thurner Taxis, who we've already seen, and one still to come, which is Oliver Solberg's, which is the last, kind of like our quickest car yesterday in qualifying, which means he picked 15th on the road for today, which is exactly where he wants to be. Because the road, not that you can see it here, but the road will be cleaning. As we demonstrated with my foot over there, it is going to get cleaner and cleaner. It'll be a little bit rocky, but it'll get cleaner. Next up is Chris Ingram and Ross Whittock, another Tok Sport Skoda. The time is going up on the board. What has the lady written down? Whoa, an 18.4, an 18.4. Ingram, wow. Ingram has just set a stage winning, well, no, sorry, a stage leading time at the moment. The car looks okay down one side as it turns up. We get a glimpse, it's quite good at this time. You get a glimpse of both sides of the car. One side, the right-hand side as it arrives towards you, and then the left-hand side as it actually pulls up with you. Ingram, it's a 7:18.4. So there is quicker people to come, he will notice that, but Lukanook is only the next car, so Lukanook doesn't have a massive advantage over him. Let's see what Ingram can do. Chris, in a minute, that's the benchmark. Happy with that?
It was okay. The lines were terrible. Like, I wanted to really push and use all the road, but that no one had been using all the road, so it was just so loose everywhere. It was okay.
It's obviously still very, very loose because, as you say, no lines cleaning, so it's not really getting it much better.
I think it is getting better, but the lines weren't very good.
Everyone's going everywhere, I think. That's the thing. Yeah, he's kind of agreeing. Yeah, the lines weren't very good. Maybe there is a clean line. If everyone's stuck to the optimum racing line, the problem is everyone's having the odd little moment and a little slide here and a little slide there, and then that is taking away that one clean line. You can just see here as they pull in to the end, they're all virtually on the same line, so they're kind of like on the same track. But when they're out there at 160, 180 k's an hour, they are not all on the same line because they're sliding around. Number 1 has gone up on the board. Alexei Lukanuk. What is our lady volunteer marshal going to write on the... Oh, fly's just gone right up my nose. Right up my nose. But, you don't need to film that. Here comes the time. Here comes the time. It's going up on the board. It's a 22. Whoa, a 22. This is a rare moment. Alexei Lukanuk is not in the top 2 quickest stage times. So, oh, it's Habai. Oh yeah, Habai. I also thought number 1 was Lukanuk from last year. Sorry, my mistake. Habai. Totally got mixed up with that. And but yeah, Habai is here. Apologies. So Habai, I mean, that's in the ballpark for Habai. He'd be happy with that. So we'll see. Lucas looking at 3rd quickest so far. He must be pretty pleased with that one.
First part of the stage was very good, but then I think somewhere in the half of the stage, you know, I just like the cars started to behave quite strange, and I don't know if we have some problems with puncture or something, I don't know, but I just lost the feeling towards second part of the stage, so I slowed down and for sure lost some time there, but we didn't have any problems other than that, and it's good.
Maybe that's the... I think all the tires look okay to me. Maybe it's the conditions.
Maybe, yeah, maybe it's first time for us on these stages, so they're quite tricky, and maybe I messed up with the pressure in tires or something. I don't know, we have to check that.
Okay, we'll let him go and check it. So yeah, Habai, not Lukanuk. I got a bit excited. But Habai, 3rd quickest, just not got a massive feeling. When the car pulls out, to me, all the tires look like they are inflated. There might be a few pressures down, or there might be pressures a bit high, which is maybe where he's lost some of that feeling. But all looked relatively okay to me. So yeah, got a bit confused there. Martin Sesks next up in the Motorsport Italia. Skoda Fabia and Martin. This could be an interesting time. It's been written up. It's the quickest time through so far to 17.7. The young 19-year-old Latvian home hero, Liepaja based, and he is on the money at the moment. He was on the money in the qualifying stage, ended up 4th it was in qualifying, but he is there again. A 7.17 just to confirm that. 7.17.7. Martins, quickest time through so far?
Well, yeah, but I'm braking in all the corners too fast, and well, I need to get used to it because, yeah, I think I can do much faster.
That sounds quite scary then. If you could go quickest at the minute and you think you can go faster. But enjoying the first experience in competition with this car?
Well, for sure enjoying, but I'm struggling all the time.
And some words in Latvian, please, for your fans.
Ir tā, ka šobrīd vēl nejūtos īsti pārliecināts. Gandrīz visur bremzēju par ātru, bet ar laiku mēs piešausimies un rezultāts augs.
Brilliant, that's great. Martins and Sauna are on their way out of the stage. Quickest time through so far. But how much can Philip Maris, Alexei Lukanuk and Oliver Solberg challenge that? Can they challenge it at all? I've got a feeling potentially Lukanuk and Solberg could. I'm not sure about Maris, because Maris is just getting back into the gravel. He's been on tarmac since this rally last year, as Richard Rogers tells us. 222 plus days since we were on the gravel in Latvia. And so Philip Maris maybe just needs a little bit more time to get up to full racing speed. But, you know, he's had some podiums already in the Czech Republic. So Maris is race. He's race pace. And he's not race rusty, so to speak, anyway, but it's tarmac mileage he's been having. But the number is up on the board. Number 18, Philip Maris, Jan Hulsek. What is it? It's a 27 to 27.3, 7:27.3. That is probably, for Maris's first stage, probably about right, unless there is a story to tell. And that's nothing against Philip or Jan. It's just they have been tarmac all the last 6 months. And coming back onto gravel and then coming back onto the super fast gravel obviously does kind of like wake you up a little bit, that is for sure. Open the door on the Skoda Fabia. I was talking about yesterday, I love his crusher. I think it looks really cool. But, Philip, first competitive stage on gravel for a while. How was it?
Yeah, in some places I was too careful, but it's just the beginning. Otherwise, in some places it was quite good, so I feel good and we can push on the next stages.
That's good, that is good. I need to find out something about this car. I need to ask Jan why he has a scrubbing brush on the side of the door. He's got a scrubbing brush on the side of the door. 7:27.3 is his stage time. So if he was to get out the car, I would go and ask him. I'm just keeping kind of like looking beyond the camera to see if they just do their tyres there. They're not doing their tyres there. If they did, I would have asked him. He's got a little like scrubbing brush you wash your hands with and things like that stuck to the door. Not quite sure what that's for. I have seen a lot of the Skodas and some people, they have like a kind of like brush head on the side of the door, low down, and that is for the driver to kick his to clean his boots on. So like if he's got a bit of muddy boots or like wet tarmac or wet boots, like muddy boots or something, they can like rub them off onto the onto this brush, and it kind of cleans them, make sure they're all right. The time is up on the board. It's a 19.8. Car number 5, Alexei Arnatov. It's a 19.8. So the quickest time still is car number 11, which is Sesk's as part of his prize drive. Here comes Alexei Lukanek, the Santalock C3R5. Looks fine as it comes into sight, and all looks okay. But we know Alexei is still learning this car. He's had a twisty-ish slow Azores in it, then a twisty fast Canaries in it. Now he's got a very, very fast Liepaja rally in it. But Alexei, I know it's all about learning and everything. How was that one?
Yeah, not bad. Waking up.
Waking up? It's after lunch now.
Yeah, but it was a long way here, you know, in the car, so almost sleeping. No, all good. Could be better, but okay.
Okay. Not very chatty. Could be better. In Alexei Lukanuk's world, it could be much better, because normally Lukanuk sets the world alight with his stage times. And a 19.2, he's vulnerable there. He's already second quickest, and then there's a couple around who third quickest. Yes, because number 7, Matthias Elderson. Is that right?
No.
Oh no, number 2.
Was second?
Yeah, number 2. Yeah, Chris Ingram. So we've got first is Seks, then Ingram, then Lukanuk. Now let's see what Oliver Solberg can do. A time of 7:17.7. That's what you get looking at a board in amongst a load of stuff. You're trying to like find out who's the quickest. I'll get my phone out. Then that'll put them in order for me. That's much simpler when I've got them in order. But yes, Sesk, Ingram.
Whoa. Crazy.
Oh my word. Is that a real time? Is that a real time? It's an 11.8. An 11.8. I took a double take. Oliver Solberg has just arrived at the end of the stage. He's going to be super happy. Just dear me. Oliver Solberg, 17 years old, 7:11.8. That's 6 seconds quicker than anybody else.
Okay, they maybe have good tires for the long one, but I have a plan.
And what's your plan?
I don't say it. Secret.
Okay, so you're maybe on a softer tire then. If they've got better tires for the long one, you've gone softer than them.
No, I don't know. They use Michelin. I have the correct compound. I'm happy with the choice. I just pushed a bit harder than them maybe on this stage, but if I manage to take some time on the next one too, I can have a bit of safety margin for the long one and go for the clean run.
Okay, this kid, and he is a kid, 17 years old, and he's thinking about things like that. But yeah, what we got to look at is Ingram and Alexei are on Michelin's. He's on Pirelli's. Now he's happy with his tyre compound, but maybe they have just got a slightly harder compound on the Michelin's for the longer stage. Oliver, if he can hold station in stage 2 where Chris is, he will be very happy, because then he can probably push again in stage 3 in the longer one. But yeah, that is an inspired time. He probably does have the best road position of our R5 drivers because he is the last one through. But that is still something else. That is a 7:11. The next quickest time was a 17, so 6 seconds quick. If this can't, that cannot be an 03. Artem Morandi has turned up, and there's an 03.6 gone on the board. Now, that's got to be an 08.3, hasn't it? He's shaking his head. I'm about to see. It's an 08.3. Arthur, how is it going?
I felt like a fighter jet pilot who just took off from the airport for the first time in his life. Unbelievable feeling, getting used to the car, and we were extremely careful. So times are not important. We know where we are, so it's okay.
That's great. I love him like a fight. And his eyes look like a fighter jet pilot. He's kind of like, wow, I've got here. But yeah, it was an 8.03. An 8.03. Wow. I was thinking, if that's a 7, I took a double take. I was thinking, who is next to me? 1 minute gaps now we have. And Rakan Rashad is in. Get a quick word with Rakan. Here we go. See what he's made of this morning's first stage, or this afternoon's first stage. Rakan, that's the first stage in Rally Liepaja. How was it for you?
Excellent, great. A bit slippery in some parts, but overall, good feeling. We're happy that we passed the first stage and ready for the next one.
That's great, brilliant. Shut the door on his Skoda Fabia, the number 19, green and white Skoda Fabia. He's got the green Skoda Fabia wheels, factory Fabia wheels. He's done a 7.57.0, 7.57.0. And Alexandros Souloftas, he had an issue in the qualifying stage. He made a small mistake. He kind of missed a junction, stalled the engine and couldn't get it started again. And he told me what it was last night, and I can't think what he said it was. He told me what the problem was. I think it was something to do with ignition. But Chris Ross has another thought on this, and that thought is it's something to do with still being in stage mode and not starting. But we'll see. But Souloftas, Savardis and Sermasis are our next few cars coming through. Got 2 more in R5 category, in ERC1 category. Then we go to ERC2 category. And then we start the game again. It's a 29.0. 29.0 for Souloftas as he appears at the end of the stage. And pull him up just a little bit further. We end up being further and further down the road. But Alex is in. See what he's made of that. It's a 29.0. I think it's going to be an 8, or is it a 7? It's a 7. That's encouraging. Hey! You must be pretty happy with that time up on the board?
Yeah, of course. For the first stage, I think I'm happy. I know there were many places to improve. We had it's just the confidence on the first stage, fast stage for us. But it's going to be a tough rally for sure. I'm happy for the first stage, and we're going to push hard on the second one.
That's good, that's good. That's a good time, a 29.0. Remember, he didn't really have a good run yesterday in the qualifying, only 2 free practice runs. And Arai already up behind us as well, 1 minute gaps. Arai in the C3 R5, another bright white, virgin white car. I do like white rally cars, they go on about it. It's a 7:20.0. Wow, Arai is in the game as well. Hiroki, that's a brilliant stage time to start the rally.
Yeah, it's everything new, you know, car is new and tyre is new, so I can't expect anything but stay on the focus and same way.
Okay, well, I mean, a 7.20 is pretty impressive for Arai and Ilka Miner, the co-driver. Stoll, Manfred Stoll, remember him from the past. Manfred Stoll running that car, running on Yokohama tyres as well, so that's what he's saying about new tyres and everything like that. So it's all new for Hiroki, and a 7.20, I mean, that puts him inside the top 10. If I get my results service up, I should be able to just see where that bangs him in at. But I think he's going to be pretty impressed and pretty happy with that. But Arai, he is a quick driver. I mean, he was part of the Toyota junior program, and when they went back to one car, Arai was the unfortunate one to get missed out on it, and fifth quickest through for him. So it's Solberg, Sesks, it's the teenagers out front, 2 teenagers in the top 2, and Ingram, who's not much older, in third. Lukanuk is fourth. Arai is fifth. As our first of our ERC2 drivers turn up. Let's get the stone underneath there. And car number 24. Vaitantas is in. Just need the window down just a little bit more.
Yeah.
How is that? You'll be pleased you weren't 15th on the first on the road for sure, but how was that road now?
The lines is not so good for Group N after R5, so I'm a bit struggling to find the best lines possible. But anyway, maybe I was too conservative on tarmac sections and preventing the tires from destroying, because we have a big loop, a long one. So maybe it will give me some confidence more on the long ones.
That's another driver talking about the long stage, and it's a 40.8 for him. Then the next car turns up, and this is the past winner of this rally, Ralf Samasis, and he has only gone 3 seconds quicker. So Vaitantas must be quite happy. You know, once he sees the times that are around him, he should be quite happy with that. But Rafs is in. Get a quick word with him 3 years ago when he won here. Rafs, you didn't want to be first ERC2 car on the road. You're not, but you're the quickest so far.
Yeah, for first stage I think it's okay. In some places, yeah, we brake a little bit too early, but it's only first stage, so we have a long rally to go.
That's it, you do. And some words in Latvian, please.
Priekš pirmā ātrumposma ļoti labi. Pāris vietās pa ātru bremzēšanās, bet tas ir pirmais ātrumposms, rallijs vēl garš tā kā viss priekšā.
That's great, that's brilliant. 7:39.3. 7:39.3 is his stage time through the first stage. Quickest of our ERC2 of the two we've had gone through. Remenek is next. And then it's Althefter next after that. Nuchita, Nitis, Polonsky, Meligari. Then we're into our ERC3 drivers and crews. So the next time is going up on the board. This is Mishari, who is going to be coming through. It's a 0.93. It's his first rally in the European Rally Championship. And I got a feeling that is going to be an 8, because if it's not, he's quicker than anybody else. And oh no, Remenek, sorry, it's Remenek. Oh, Remenek. Sorry, I'm getting really confused with looking at my leaderboard and everything. But Sergei is here. We didn't see him in Gran Canaria. Remember, we had that moment. But I think this Sergei, just looking at the time on the board there, is everything okay or not?
Yeah, it's quite okay. Till the moment, it's okay. We're just not trying to push from first stage yet.
That's wise. That is very good. Nice and calm to start with.
Yeah, it's a long race.
That's it. And also the tyres, remember, they've got this long loop this morning. Well, not this morning. This afternoon, they've got this long loop. I'm trying to work out what the loop is. It'll tell me somewhere. The loop is 57 kilometers long. So that's kind of, I think it's 60 Ks. The Pirelli guys have gone. Whose alarm's that going off? There's the car alarm. Ah, it's Raf's. What happened there, Raf?
I think my GPS is full, and then it, yeah.
So, right. So your battery's flat now. Yeah. Raf's having to push his car after this. I'm off. See, no, not really. But his car alarm's going off. Right, next car. Yeah, Sergei maybe looking after his tyres as well. Remember, over the 3 long stages, Mishari is in. It's just pulled quite far down. I need to kick my stone further down the road. A lot of Pirelli runners in ERC2. We'll get a quick word with him. Mishari, how was that first stage for you?
It's difficult for me. It's slippery. First time to go in the narrow stages. I'm learning now to see what happened after another stage.
That's good, that's brilliant. It's a 37.2 for the 25 car, and then also straight in behind him, right up behind him, and we're going to pull him right up, is Nuchita. Get him right up, right up, right up. Go on. There we go. He's now a bit further up the road. He's was the definitely pace setter time-wise in Gran Canaria and the Albath, but had a few issues. And Andrea is in. Get a quick word with him. Andrea, obviously it's still about learning this car on this surface, but how have you made the first stage?
Yeah, it's all okay. Really enjoy to drive in this condition. I have only a little difficult in the speed corner, but for this moment it's all okay.
And just looking at your steering wheel, and you've got traction control adjustments there. You'll need them on full, won't you, with all the wheel spin?
Yeah, the traction, the functionality of the traction is good, but this is a little bit with this car, and so in the next stage I go too fast.
Okay, right, the next car is in behind him. The next one is the local hero. The door struggling to shut on the 27 of Bath, but he's got it shut now as Andrea has getting pulled right up again, but I think he's had a bad stage time. That's maybe not what he wanted, an 8:25.2. Get a quick word. Rennes, obviously home rally and things like that, but how?
I started okay. It was not easy as we expected before. Took it quite careful, especially on the fast sections. But I think it will come.
That's good. And some words in Latvian, please, for your fans around Latvia.
Pirmais posms pabeigts. Nebija viegli, tā kā mēs jau gaidījām un uz ko gatavojāmies. Mierīgāk šobrīd ātrajās sekcijās. Redzu, ka konkurenti nobraukuši ātrāk, bet nekas, būs labi.
That's great, brilliant. Thank you very much. Shut the door. The next Bath is already in behind him, and I think this is. I'm not going to even think who it is because I keep getting my numbers and names mixed up. But it is Darius Polonsky who has arrived. He was looking forward to this weekend. I'm going to try and get a picture, if I can, of the steering wheel on this car, and because I just think the steering wheel is really cool. Might go into right in the way.
The car is really cool.
What?
The car is really cool.
I think the steering wheel's really cool as well.
Yeah, but mostly the whole the car is really great. It's fast and a lot of fun with slides. Perfect.
You're loving this, aren't you?
Yeah, you see, I can't stop it.
That's great. That's brilliant. Let's just get a bit of a readout for him. Let's just look inside that side. That's the view that Darius gets. I got a couple of photographs. Woohoo! I've struggled with photographs so far today, but I've now got one. So the next car is in. I think this is Zelindo Meligari arriving, and I've got an obsession with steering wheels. I just love kind of like detail on steering wheels. But Zelindo Meligari's here. Let's just get away. He wasn't himself yesterday. Number 21 Mitsubishi, he wasn't himself. Zelindo, yesterday you said you needed to wake up, get sorted. How is today?
It's hard today. Okay, we enjoy so much, for sure, gravel and fast special stage. But we have to work to have a better time.
Okay, right. Next up, already in, is the first of our ERC3 junior drivers, just waiting for Zelindo to move off, and then I can get him. I haven't been reading any messages, so I'm just, if anyone really desperately wants to get hold of me, I'm not ignoring, I'm just really busy. But JB Franceschi is in, quickest through yesterday. He won the ERC3 junior category in Gran Canaria. JB, how's it started?
It's a very fast stage to start this rally. I'm impressed.
I'm impressed with your time, 7 minutes 59. Wow!
Yeah, it's quite good. We made the good pace note, so I'm happy. We will see for the next stage.
Okay, a little bit of road cleaning as well. Remember, first on the road now, because we heard Vitauta saying that about being first on the road for the ERC2 cars. Well, we've gone even narrower again now with the little two-wheel drive R2 cars, and Ken Torn is in Estonian. It's similar to home. We'll see how Ken's gone. His time he's just quicker. Ken, this is so close to battle, even though it's only the first stage.
Yeah, Franceschi push hard. I do little bit stupid mistakes some corners, but I'm happy. It's a quite good stage.
That's good. So it's a 59.0 for Ken Torn compared to a 59.7 for JB Franceschi. So the two Ford Fiestas, we've got a 53.4. Wow. Sindre Furasev, woohoo, welcome to the party. And he's just lit up the timing sheets. Wowee. Sindre Furasev, quickest through at the minute. I know we've only had 3, but that is 6 seconds quicker than anyone else. The next car, no, it is a 7.53. Sindre was here last year. Sindre, that is just an incredible stage time at the moment.
It didn't feel so so incredible. I think in the beginning I thought something was wrong because I feel like I have lack of power. Maybe the other one is the same for them because maybe it's the road. The car is rolling heavily, I don't know. But I think the time is good, so we just have to continue like this then.
That's good. Yeah, he was here last year, remember, so he's got a little bit of experience. It's a 7.53.4, 7.53.4 for the Santalok Peugeot Junior driver. And whoops, just wait for the next car.
Quoi?
Holding, so the next time goes up on the board. I'm just going to look at who the next car. I need to turn over the page. My start list. Oh, got the microphone back now, and let's just get a quick word with Christoph Klaus. The paperwork's a bit of a mess. Hands aren't in the right place. It's a 0.9. Oh, we're opening the door. Always better on the Peugeot when we open the window. Christoph, how has that gone for you to start? Everything okay or not?
For warm-up it was okay, but we have to be faster as I see the time, so we will try to push.
Yeah, they're a bit crazy, aren't they, at the front?
Yes, they are pushing everything full.
That's it, full attack. It's an 8.098. 8.098 for Christoph Klaus. Then it's a 58.0 for the next car, which is Mika Häkkinen. On the podium here last year was the young Finn. Häkkinen into sight. So far, none of our cars have come through the stage end with any dramas or any issues, kind of like puncture, damage, whatever. So all is good. The Latvian stage is holding up well. Mika Häkkinen, let's see what he's doing. It's a 7.58, so it's the second quickest through. Mika, how's that?
Yeah, a little bit sleepy in the stage, some hesitation, but overall the feeling is pretty okay.
That's good. So the Peugeots are just a bit stronger on the gravel compared to the Fords at the minute in the first stage. Remember in Gran Canaria, it was the other way around. The Fords were quicker. A lot of uphill, remember, in Gran Canaria. That little turbo engine on the Fiesta, pulling it up the hills really quickly. But here, it's a lot flatter, it's a lot smoother, and maybe not so much reliant on your turbo power. And the Peugeots, just at the minute, are in the game. And we'll just see what is going on. The next time is going up on the board. Next time, Johan Rossell. Now, Johan Rossell, he won Rally Antibes last weekend. Wow, what a weekend he had. And then here, he's got to learn everything and learn some more stuff. The back of the car quite low down in setup. You know, Santalok helping all of their drivers get all of this settings and feelings. But Rossell has just done an 8.11. He'll be a bit shocked, I think, when he sees the times of everyone else. That is the slowest ERC3 car through at the minute. So the pace at the front is incredible. Johan, obviously gravel, a new rally for you. How did it start?
No, feel was good. The car is okay, but I don't have a grip, and I am same problem than Azores.
Okay, just remembering Azores, he just did not know where the pace went at all. He was lost in the Azores, and it's a 0.39. Okay, that is us done and dusted on Facebook Live for this stage. We're back on stage number 4. Join us then.